Episode number 3 with Mr. G.
Yeah, man.
In the place to be. Well, as we rock steady.
Trash your cash, trash your cash. Trash your cash, trash your cash. Is the idea trash or is cash? Let us know. Yes, maybe so, or for sure, it's a no. We stop while we ahead and turn around or it's a go. Trash or is cash, go on ahead, submit your poll. Hey yo, check dig, you're now tuned in to Trash or Cash Podcast. The show where the host will present a new idea and debate whether it's trash or cash. But the final decision is solely up to you, the audience.
All right, guys, welcome to the Trash or Cash Podcast, a show for entrepreneurs by entrepreneurs. All right, so the idea is simple. We talk about this all the time. It's a couple of entrepreneurs just getting together to pitch each other an idea that they think might be having the potential to be something as a successful business. A big idea, a little bit idea, something successful. But we don't ever know, right? Ideas are one thing, but reality is another. The market tells you what the market tells you, right? So we're going to share our wild ideas, and together we're going to try to figure out something. If it's a cash idea, I mean, it's going to put cash flow or some kind of cash in your pocket, or if it just should really just be trashed completely. So that's it. Who knows, right? One of these ideas might end up becoming the next unicorn. Maybe that's what we're going to find out today, right? Right, Galter? Right, Galter?
I'm ready to find out, Jason.
It's here from Galter. Galter right here. This is my guest today, Galter Amarello. Yes, it's Galter with a G, not with a W. If you were French, it could be Walter, but I don't know, right? It's what is it? Portuguese, right?
It's Portuguese.
Portuguese. Okay. So here's what you should know about Galter. He has a whole crew that he created around real estate education called Alchemist Nation. It's on his shirt. If you can see it, if you can't see it, so what? Scratch and sniff the screen, you might get the effect. I don't know, but Anyway, me and Galter met about 3 years ago, I think, through Fred Pasimo.
We were in a mastermind.
We was in a mastermind.
Called Make Money, Have Fun.
Masterminds. So Alchemist Nation, he's on a mission to make 100 millionaires. I was a part of I still am a part of Alchemist Nation, but
donated
I
courses.
taught the branding part of it because that was like the fun part for me. I do know real estate. I come from that world. But right now my business is Trashmitter, and you've also participated in that, which is awesome. I mean, you're about that trash and that cash, so this was meant to be, right?
We cleaned up that beach.
We cleaned up Gandy Beach. Big time.
All the beaches,
So I'm going to let you go. I want you to give the 2-minute highlight on who you are, what you do, and how their lives are going to be better with the Alchemist Nation. Go.
Yeah, cool. So first thing that you got wrong was I am not just an entrepreneur.
Cut. No,
I am a multi-millionaire. So when we're reviewing deals, I'm looking at it as an investor. I'm looking at it as somebody who has net worth, who's invested in other people's deals, and who's had people invest in my deals. You know, in fact, you've been invested in one of my real estate deals.
That's right. I got a return even.
Yeah, 20% annual return. We're cutting you another check this week.
Why you didn't bring it with you? You was already here.
It's literally the closing is today.
Oh yeah,
So,
Cash App baby, right now.
So I'm known for retiring at 30, and then I was a millionaire by 32, a multimillionaire by 34, and at 37 now I build millionaires. And you mentioned 100 millionaires. That was my own personal goal, but then I met Vinny Chopra, a billionaire who now is a friend of mine and friend of yours, hangs out with me every Thursday, and he's like, we got to build 1 million millionaires. And at first, about a year ago, I said, no, I'm going to focus on 100, and then I'll get to that later. And it's been a year, and he's really just started to tap into my mindset. And so now we're going after 1 million millionaires, which is why we're scaling everything up. And you see our activity is just nuts now. So we're up to 40 locations. By the end of the year, we should be at 100 locations. And then next year, we want to be at 300 locations. So we just keep expanding.
That's what the meetups are, right? That's the locations you mean? Okay, got it. So I've experienced that, and it's definitely a big old network across the nation. So, yeah.
You're the king of networking, man. You're at all the events. Sometimes I wonder.
I'm more like the clown prince, maybe, of networking.
The big thing in Tampa is like, will Jason not be there? That's that's like the question. It's like, will he not be there?
With a couple dollars, I'll always be there, right? You just have to wiggle that cash and not the trash, right? So,
you gotta tell me what these panels are about, man.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm excited to use them.
So we're getting ahead of ourselves, but it's cool.
I sent trash to somebody once because of you. I literally sent trash to a friend's house.
Shit. We got to talk about that.
I sent trash to Gordon Verdecki.
Yeah. Wait, the gift of garbage.
Yeah,
Ooh.
you texted me. You're like, "Hey, man, you want to send somebody a gift of garbage?"
Yeah, I forgot.
I was
about
like,
that.
"Dude, what the hell is this?"
See,
like,
that's what happens when you're an
can I
entrepreneur.
swear? Because I don't want to say what the
Nah,
hell.
It is what it is. We're a podcast. I mean, this is not on the Disney Channel yet. It might be on Roku. Who knows where it's gonna end up? But like, that's what editing's for. You could just beep it. Bleep it. You know what I mean?
Every other word's gonna be a from now on.
Yeah, we can just bleep right now, live, right. All right. So we know each other already. We're already comfortable with each other. We've done plenty of stuff together. As everybody just put my underwear out there, the money and all that. No, that's cool.
I got Jay's money. I paid Jay money. It's been good.
And there's no, and we can stop the podcast right there. Just lend us due money, you get it back. Nah.
That's it.
All right. But for the people who don't know you,
Yeah.
and by the way, if you could see this, I wore this particular shirt for G for the Galter because we don't hear enough. So I'm Godzilla, he's Galter. So if you were watching this instead of hearing it, and that's just the extra behind the scenes stuff that you would get if you was watching this on YouTube instead. All right, so there's 3 questions.
I love how you just stuck that in there. Click the subscribe button now.
Yeah, click and subscribe. All right, so for people who don't know you, and for me to even get to know you a little bit better, because yes, we know each other, but I always like to ask these 3 questions of people, kind of to get their mindset. People get a good idea who you are and what you really care about and where you're headed in life. And you gave us a good amount of that, but I'm sure we'll hear this again. But are you ready for these 3 questions?
I have no idea, but yeah, I don't change my mind. So let's go.
All right. What are you most proud of?
Most proud of? Man, you had to ask that one. Threesome. So to be perfectly honest, it still hits me as my greatest moment in life. But if I were to say professionally, I've built 24 millionaires in the last 3 years, and I've changed 24 people's lives in a way that nobody else can ever say they've done that for those people. So if I were to say impact-wise, that's the coolest thing I've ever done.
Nice. And that's great because 24 is not a Vegas numbers. I want to change people's lives. I want to change millions of people's lives. If you don't know their names, how important was it really to you? Like, you know their names.
I know every one of these people. I know their children. I know their families. I know their background. I know their financial blueprint. I know how much they didn't make, how much they did make. Like, yeah, these are tight relationships.
What are you most excited about right now?
Market crash. So to be perfectly honest, that gets me jazzed because we're going towards a exciting time on the market. Everybody's all fucked up.
Just get a chubby.
Yeah. Bro, I looked it up today. April 25th, the Fed went and updated the charts for real estate housing prices. And for the last 2 years, since 2020, it's been going like this, up to the right. And I looked today, and it was updated 10 days ago. And Q1 of 2023 finally took a little peak. We got a shot down, which means housing prices have dropped about 10% in one quarter, which means, you know what's coming after that is if, like right now we're in Q2, we don't know what Q2 is going to show until it finishes. But it's possible we either have a leveling off or we have a continuation, which means we're still in euphoria, but we're sliding into denial.
So what does that mean to the random person out there who might not be this deep into real estate? Like, give it to them in like the excitement and like a tagline. Like, what's next for what is it that they got to look forward to like in the next year?
We're going to buy real estate really cheap, and we're going to get really rich. More millionaires are built in a recession than any other time in the economy. So, and real estate builds more millionaires than any other asset class. So, if you see real estate going down, buy low, sell high. The math is simple. Every idiot knows that you buy low, sell high. Well, when real estate's going down, why does everybody get afraid? Because they're idiots. So, what we do as investors, we get excited when there's blood in the streets, right? Like Warren Buffett says, we're grabbing property.
Bro, can you stop touching me under the table? I feel you. I understand.
I just get so excited.
Did you keep your hands to yourself, man? Seriously.
I've been doing all this leg day, man. The leg just kicks out now.
All right, last serious kind of question. Yeah. What's your vision for the future?
When you say the future is in like what context?
The one you create, it could be the world, it could be your corner of the world. Like, if you might have a big endeavor, kind of like what I have. Vision can be bigger, it can be personal, or it can be global. What's your vision for the future?
So 3 years from now, I see Alchemist Nation in 300 major cities across the country. But more importantly, the impact that we're having is building not just millionaires, but financially free people who are doing it with a passion to help others. So every millionaire I've ever built, I told them, your commitment to me is you must go build 100 millionaires. It's great that I'm going to make you rich. I'm going to help you out. But here's the commitment you have to make is to go out when I'm done with you. You help others, pay it forward. I help you get yours. You help others get theirs. And everybody who's worked with me has made that same commitment. So it's not just building millionaires. We're building a virus. We're building a program that goes out and self-replicates and keeps building others, and it's creating this mindset of abundance in multiple different markets. So the more aggressive we are about our marketing, the more aggressive we are with relationships, the more impact we have in the country. And as a video gamer, I just keep thinking I'm leveling up. Like, we're getting to that next level.
You should probably be on Twitch playing the game and then just talking about real estate stuff.
Those kids are so much smarter than me. I did one episode. I did one episode on YouTube. Like, played StarCraft and talked real estate.
It didn't work. It didn't go over well.
It was it's my most viral video on YouTube. I just haven't done it again.
Man, that could have been in the trash or cash pile. I don't know. I mean, is it still performing then?
Still performing. Yeah, because StarCraft's one of those things.
You got to show me that.
It's an esports thing.
Yeah. All right, so you're gonna get to the next part. This part is really simple. I'm gonna hit you with a pitch, and I think you're gonna dig this idea that I might have either with my business Trashmitter, and you've seen some of those because you've participated in those. So we're not gonna talk about Trashmitter right now. We're gonna talk about something I had down at another point in time. Like, I always got these ideas. They sit down on my phone, like not doing nothing. Yeah. And really, this is just my own personal exercise in getting these things out of my head and to see what people kind of think of them, because maybe they're like, just like Trashmitter, I expressed this idea to somebody and they actually became my partner in it. So it's like, this could happen again, right? So you might tell me something, I'm like, we're gonna do that. I might tell you something, you're like, yeah, we're gonna do that, and this might be it. But that's the whole purpose of this podcast, is just to chop up some ideas from two people, get our different angles on it, and then if it's trash, it's trash. If it's cash, it's cash. You just gotta say why you think that. Okay, so I'm going first, and then you get to judge me, and then you can write down some notes and some things. But
I've been watching BattleBots, so I know how the judges work. Right, you send the two robots in there, they fight each other, and whatever wins.
We won't be fighting here because it might be arms versus legs.
Yo, I'm here to make a lot of money, Jay. If you got something good, I'm in it.
All right, so this idea,
just got to make sense.
This idea, you're gonna like it. I think actually probably could use it now. I call it note buffet. Okay, like buying notes.
Note buffet, okay. Yes. Like real estate notes?
Yes.
Okay.
So I thought, what if there was an app that there's notes for sale and you can buy a piece of them, kind of like they already do in the market. So Note Buffet would raise millions of dollars and have it, and they get 33% of whatever note they buy, right? Performing, non-performing, okay?
33% no matter what?
Well, yeah, this is the breakdown, and I'm going to tell you why. The note buyer themselves, let's say, for example, it's a popular note buyer. Like, they find us notes to buy. So maybe they bring that to the table and they get like a third cut of it. And then there's 34% that goes out to a crowdsourced buyer pool where they can buy a piece of this note. They need to buy it for the note, sit on it. They can buy it for the cash flow or both, right?
Yep.
Now, because this is kind of like a game. It's like you just see it performing or not performing, and they get it performing. And with notes, it's kind of like if you get it performing, cash flow starts coming in. If you sell it, then everything comes back in.
Capital gain.
And the person on the other end, the fractional buyer, let's say, he can win alongside you for his fraction because they don't know what you're making, or they just know they bought this piece and this is what their return is getting. Right. And then it could either get sold and they can keep the proceeds in the app and roll it back into another one, or they could get cashed out or whatever. But basically, like I said, Note Buffet, you can kind of come in and put these little amounts of money down to a bigger note, and you can either buy payments if that's what you want, or you can buy equity, equity in a note, or you roll your dice, and each one obviously has a different kind of risk profile.
Right.
But you deal with the regular note buyers, and this is a way for like a regular investor to get into note buying and the beauty of like just buying for a cash flow or buying for equity or wanting to actually own the note. Maybe you could just say, I want to own that note, and you could buy it and own it all yourself. But you have all these options, kind of like like a Robinhood app or something like that, and it's just off of notes. Yeah, and that's why I call it Note Buffet. So ideally, like you could probably start this with 10 million, and then basically people with self-directed IRAs, because there's such a pain in the ass to deal with, right? Camel Plan's not so bad. Equity Trust is a hard show.
View is pretty good right now.
I don't know who what's his name? The lawyer, the guys, Mark Kohler and his partner Sorensen. Yep. There you go. Theirs is supposed to be good, but like taking that and instead of having all this IRA crap in the background that you got to go through, like just basically Note Buffet would take it all in, do the paperwork, yada yada yada. And your all these self-directed IRAs could be used that way. So you're not always at like they're not just sitting there untouched anymore because they don't have the right deal. They could actually be used specifically for that. So on its surface, without going too deep into the details, what do you think of that idea? Is it a trash idea or a cash idea?
Let me ask some qualifying questions.
Damn your questions. This ain't about your questions.
Let me ask. Has it been done before? Is there competition in the marketplace?
I learned about that, like taking a note and then chopping it into all these little pieces where like I own the note, but I'm going to just sell the payments of like the 10 years of payments. I'm going to sell you 10 years of payments. Yep. Still my note, you get 10 years of payments. Because why? I want cash now. I need cash to go do whatever I got to do. Okay. So I know people who do this. That's how they make their money, by chopping up these notes and kind of like selling pieces of it, payments and all that, because they want cash now. So nothing on scale. What's his name? Danny Van Horn. Like, them guys, they do versions of this too, but because it's a bigger company, and I don't know all the rules around it, but if a guy like that or a personal guy, two guys can do it like that, I can't imagine how it couldn't be with certain qualification process. I don't know if they need to be certified investors or not, but for small amounts of money, buying this fractional note, kind of like you would buy a timeshare or a piece of something. It's almost like stocks, but not really. But if you think of it like that, it's almost like that, like a note, a piece of a note.
I'm touching my paddles. Can I use a paddle?
You ready? You ready to trash cash it?
I'm ready.
Bitch, don't play.
Bro.
It's trash. Okay, trash.